Found the trannies, boys. Found the trannies. Can you tell me what climate change has got to do with colonialism?
What climate change got to do with colonialism?
Yeah.
Are you filming?
Yeah.
I don't want to be filmed.
You don't want to be filmed?
No.
Alright.
It encourages it.
It encourages it?
Yeah.
Can you define colonialism for me?
It's what Britain did in the past.
It's what Britain did in the past?
Yeah, a history book.
History books?
Yeah.
Is that a dictionary definition or is that your own special one? I'll just listen, it's all in the IPCC report, the AR6. It says it's all down to colonialism and I'm just trying to understand how. And if you don't believe that.
So what's down to what?
Colonialism.
Yes.
Climate change is down to colonialism. Do you mind being on camera if you're talking? You look very lovely, by the way.
Have you been filming her just now?
All the time.
Did you know that?
Yeah, she did. She said she didn't want to be on film.
Yeah, I didn't want to, so...
I know. That's the thing when you're out protesting in public. Cameras everywhere.
Yeah, but you
So
Yes,
how-
but she has a choice here. She doesn't have a choice about
She don't
that.
have a choice because I'm holding the camera.
There's also a thing called consent.
But it could be respectful to ask her, and if she doesn't want to, then
Respect.
stop.
What, like you lot are respecting everyone round here trying to work, banging your drums? Is
But-
that what you're on about?
but we're-
Respect.
So why are you so angry with me?
No.
I can hear, I
It's a
can
question.
feel your
I'm
anger.
autistic. I don't judge my stuff too well, especially when all this noise is going on. Please don't touch my stuff. Please resist the temptation and the urge.
Oh, it needs to
I know
be
it's very
done.
pretty.
It needs to be done.
Why is this multicoloured? What does this mean, this rainbow?
It didn't have a meaning. Don't overthink things,
Right,
darling.
I want to know capitalism and colonialism. Please stop feather dusting
Come
me.
on, it's just a
Please,
bit of fun.
please.
Just a bit of fun.
She wants to tickle you.
So I want to take
They all want to tickle me.
Yeah, well,
Listen,
you're a good-looking guy.
So are you.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. So how does it equate to
So what's a
colonialism?
good-looking guy doing with a green knob on his microphone?
Should a lady be speaking like that in public?
Yeah, they do. You know.
Right. Can you just tell
You
me
need to
what
mix with-
colonialism
you need
has got
mix
to do
with you
with
need to
climate
mix with new
change?
ladies.
I don't think my wife would be happy to hear you say that. Listen, what's it got to do with colonialism? Please, it's a genuine question.
So,
Is it-
so very basic history.
Right.
But my understanding is that the Industrial Revolution started in the UK,
Right.
because we were one of the first countries to knock all their trees down as fuel. So then the UK needed a new fuel, and it found coal.
Right.
And so we used coal for many a century, and up until quite recently.
Right.
But with the birth of the Industrial Revolution, which was founded on coal
Right.
and fossil fuels,
Right.
and then oil came along later and gas came along later.
Do you know who produces 50% of the entire world's coal burning today? China.
Okay, but
Right.
hold on,
So-
hold on. So you just asked me a question.
About
you've gone off
colonialism.
somewhere else.
Yeah, about
So-
colonialism.
So
So
it's-
because we moved all the infrastructure and all the industry, all the framework for industry to China, and that's now in China's hands, it's because of Western colonialism. Is that really a fair argument to make?
well, it's one strand of argument. It's not the only strand.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't.
Okay, I can
can't-
ask more questions.
Yeah, but so once fossil fuels were discovered as really efficient, well, efficient in one way, but really efficient ways of creating heat, electricity, then there's a huge global demand for fossil fuels.
Right.
And of course, the affluent countries, they kind of being affluent and powerful, they will then use that from other countries, and then you get the big, over time, you get the big companies who come from the West and they go to poorer countries to extract. So the colonialism that I understand is, in this argument, is extractivism.
Do you think it's the right term to use?
I think extractivism is a term I like.
Yeah, exactly. So you're with me. Colonialism ain't the right word to use, is it?
Well-
we need to see the quote that you're just.
It's
throwing a
it's in
word
the,
out
no,
from
darling.
the report.
Honestly, in the utmost respect, it's mentioned about 5 times within the first 5 pages on the new report.
Well, I think extractivism probably mentioned as well, isn't it?
But no, but the point is teaching critical race theory in these documents. It's white hatred. That's the point. The way that we're supposed to what's it called? We're supposed to feel bad for the rest of the planet with all these other people. And you're trying to make us feel like we're doing it to them. When really and truly it ain't us on an individual level. It's government and big business.
Yeah, it's big business. That's why we're here. They're insuring
Yeah, but
all
you
of
shut down
this.
Oxford Street the other day and Regent Street.
So
So you see what I'm saying?
I think you're
So-
mixing up too many things.
So it's very.
My head works very quick.
And we have to go. Sorry, the car's going.
So there's huge problems here.
Yes, there is.
Huge problems.
But when I
And-
talk about chemtrails, I get laughed at and called a conspiracy theorist nutter. There is huge problems, you're right. The World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, Yuval Noah Harari, massive issues in the world at present, and you lot are banging at the wrong door, mate. You need to be banging at the World Economic Forum, mate. You need to be looking at what capitalism is and stakeholder capitalism. That's
Well,
where we're going.
But there's a lot of demonstrations and protests take place in a lot of places, and today the target is the underwriters
Right, I get
who
that.
underwrite.
Which was the same as last year. You done the same circuit last year. It's not the right people.
Well,
it's the
that's
World
your-
Economic Forum. No, you're funded by the wrong ones. It's the United Nations. They are the problem. Yes, the IPCC is funded for in part by United
So you're
Nations.
bringing suddenly a whole load of stuff
Yeah,
there and
proper big fucking rabbit hole, mate.
and telling us what we should do. Surely,
basically.
surely, what we want and what the purpose of maybe journalism isn't your thing.
No.
but.
What,
I mean,
I'm a
all we're
gonzo.
trying to do is to put a message out there because
the wrong
it's
one.
the hidden message in your judgment.
Yes, exactly.
So-
that's why it's.
know,
Back
so-
off!
you
Get
know,
away!
so-
Rapey!
As to why we're here, the city of London.
Right.
If the city was a country, it would be the 9th biggest carbon emitter on
Well,
the
it
planet.
is a sovereign state, though, isn't it?
So it's got a big
It is a sovereign state,
carbon
though.
footprint. So we need to be here, right? You said
Today.
we shouldn't be here.
Just because we've been
And
here
we're
once
saying-
before doesn't make that wrong.
It's
No, but
still-
you don't
it's
go to the World Economic Forum, and you're funded for by the United Nations, which are a massive
We're not
massive
We're
part.
not funded by the United Nations.
The IPCC
Take
is.
this,
Well, that's
take
a source
this,
of
come on.
information.
This is your main source, David
Yes.
King, Professor King.
It is.
Yeah, and that report is the only 2 things that you go to.
Well, it's the
report's
primary
written
source
Well, there
of
you go. Then
information.
you're funded for by them, then aren't you?
No.
If it's your point.
No.
Oh, stop it. You two, make friends. Make
We-
friends.
It's lovely meeting you today. Thank you for your.
Hey, please, can we give you this?
Yes,
No,
no,
you're
stop
lo-
touching me.
you're
with that.
lovely,
Stop
yeah.
touching- Officer, sexual help.